Hey everyone, I'm Kate Kennedy and I'm here for day 3 of 100 Days of Kane, PA. It has been an awesome alumni weekend here. We've had so much fun and everyone who's been in Kane this weekend loves Kane, and we even have buttons to prove it. So I know that you know all about the I Love Kane buttons, that they were started by Mayor Edgar James, who was mayor for 33 years here in Kane, 1960 something to 2001, whatever 33 years is of that. And he's the one that started the I Love Kane buttons, and then Brandy Shimp, our current mayor, brought them back. So we thought, let's talk about how they got started. So I'm here on Edgar James Street, and we're gonna go talk to Mayor Jesse James's wife, Shirley James, and she's gonna share some memories of her husband, Mayor Jesse James. So we're gonna go inside here and say hello. So I'm gonna flip you around. Hey, Nana.
Hi. How are you?
Good, I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for talking with us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
We were talking about the I Love Kane buttons and had to come to you to hear the story of how those got started.
Well, I think we were at a TGI Friday bar one night down by Philadelphia, and all the kids that worked there and their hats and their shirts had pins on them, all kinds of different pins. And it seemed to be a big deal, and I guess Jesse came back and thought, well, we better have a pin for Kane, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Yes, he loved Kane.
Oh, yes, he did. He certainly did. He loved the people in Kane, too. And so that's how I think the buttons got started.
Well, they're great things. I remember as a kid, it was just a normal thing to have I Love Kane buttons.
Right. Yes.
What do you think it was that he loved about Kane? The people?
The people, definitely. And he just loved the town. He loved it. He loved the people. And we couldn't wait to be here after he got out of the service. And so I thought it was great once I moved in.
Could you share a story about you and your husband with us?
Like how we met?
Sure.
Well, my parents were in the roller skating rink business, and he went skating in Sheffield once in the summertime. And of course, in the summertime, my aunt and uncle were managing the rink because we were at Cuba Lake, New York, because we had a rink at Cuba Lake. And my picture was hanging there of taken of me at the organ, and he said to my aunt, "Who is that girl?" And she said, "That's my niece." "Well, where is she?" And she told him. And so anyway, when he was leaving that night, he said to my aunt, he said, "I'm going to marry that girl." And he did. True story. Took a while, but he did.
He was determined.
Oh, yes, he definitely was.
And so you spent a lot of your time in Kane living on this street, Edgar James Street?
Right across the street.
Yeah, how did it get named?
Well, when we moved in there, the street was called Edgar Street. And after Edgar was the mayor for 25 years, they decided to name the street Edgar James Street in his honor, which I thought was pretty neat.
It is neat. His legacy lives on to this day.
Right, and I'm just happy to still be on Edgar James Street.
Yeah.
In my apartment.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share about why you love Kane, or anything about your husband?
Oh, I could go on and on about him. He was terrific in every way. Special and tall and handsome, and I loved him dearly. I still do.
I know.
And I think most of the people loved him too. They really did. They thought the world of him. I found that out after he passed away, and the things that people said and wrote in cards, and the things that they said about him were just unbelievable.
Will you tell the story about the button at his funeral?
Yeah, I was looking for a button, and I couldn't find one, and I was having a fit because I couldn't find a button. And Carol Kachansik and her girls happened to come in and bring some food, and they were in there, and I told them I was looking for I Love Kane button, and I couldn't find any, and I knew I had some. Anyway, one of the girls went back to their house and came back with a button.
We all had them.
Yep, and she gave it to me, and it went into his casket. So it's with him.
Yeah, he loves Kane.
He sure did.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
What about Jesse?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I could go on about him. I can see him walking down the street. Well, some of the old woodcutters, of course, he was in the chainsaw business, and they, when they retired, a lot of them lived up at what they was called the Rivoli Hotel uptown, because they didn't have any money and no family. And he could be walking up the street, and one of them could be coming down, and he'd stop and pat him on the back, and how you doing, Joe? How you doing? And I swear they walked back down the street with their head up a little bit, because he made them feel good, because he didn't snub anybody. He talked to anybody and everybody, and he just would never snub somebody. He wasn't the kind.
He made people feel good.
Oh, you betcha. He sure did.
Yes, he was a great mayor.
Yes,
and
he was.
He left behind not only the legacy of an amazing family, but also the legacy of I Love Kane buttons, which lives on today because of Mayor Brandy Schimpf.
I'm so glad that she has done that again.
Isn't that awesome?
I think it's wonderful. It's wonderful for the people, and it's wonderful for the town.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody, day 3, I Love Kane. If you don't have an I Love Kane button, stop up at the chamber office and I'll make sure that you get one. So we'll be back tomorrow with day 4 and talking more about all of the reasons and all of the stories all of the reasons we love Kane and all of the stories that tell why we do. So have a great day, a great Sunday. If you're in Kane, get to Art in the Wilds. They're there till 4 today. And then go uptown to the amphitheater, go out to the different restaurants, and there's a lot happening today. So get out there and enjoy the sunshine while we can. All right, thanks you guys. Talk soon.